Hello, Scorpio. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot. If you've been here before, welcome back, my friend. If you're new to the channel, I warmly welcome you here. Either way, I ask that you please click like, share, and subscribe. It's a fantastic way, if you haven't heard, Scorpio, for us to exchange energy. It also helps with YouTube's algorithm, and that means more individuals will be able to see the readings that I post. So if you can take a second to do that, my love, I will appreciate it very, very much. Scorpio, this is your career and finance reading for January 2025. I'm going to do two separate spreads for you here, my love. The first spread will be for those of you who are currently employed, and the second spread will be for those of you who are either currently employed and you're looking for another job, or you're unemployed and you're looking for a job. Okay, we're going to take a look at you, your situation, and your opportunity for each of these. I've set the intentions of this reading to be for your sun, moon, as well as your rising placements. You're welcome to look at one or two or any of them, or maybe any other following or any other placement that you regularly follow for career and finance. If you're not sure what your placements are, pinned in the comment section is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. You can take a look at that site and then come back here and just watch the video for that respective placement or placements. All 12 signs will have their career and finance readings up no later than Thursday of this week. Keep in mind, it is a collective general reading, not individualized or personalized to you, and therefore it's quite possible that messages may come through today that don't fully resonate with you. And if that happens, that's okay. Don't get upset. It just means it's intended for another Scorpio, or maybe someone with a Scorpio placement who is watching. So as I always say, just take what fits and leave what doesn't. With all that said, let's begin. Scorpio, if you're currently employed, I see here that for a lot of you, not for all of you, but you may use your voice. Now, your voice could mean you are, in the public eye. So you could use your voice, or using your voice could be very lucrative for you. You could be a singer, you could be on the radio, you could be a voice actor, you could have any job in communications, okay, or in the public eye or public speaking. I see here that, at least in January 2025, you have the rainbow card, so the most difficult part of a situation is over. You could also be an advocate with the voice card, right? You could work in any type of agency that advocates or is an advocate for an individual or a group of people or something like that, okay? But if you've been having a difficult time with your job, I see that the most difficult part of a situation is over. So it does look like, for you at least, in January 2025, you are entering the month, and throughout the month will be pretty content with the job that you have. Tell me more about this for the Scorpio Collective or Scorpio placements. One more shuffle. Thank you. You have the Five of Cups in the upright. You have the King of Cups in the upright. Wow. And the Nine of Wands in the upright. Yeah. Bottom of the deck, we have the World. So whatever difficult times you have had, I feel like they've really have come to an end. Am I telling you that all of 2025 is going to be peachy for you at your place of employment? No. But I feel for a lot of you, the hardships are over for whatever reason. You're going from Five of Cups, which would be a feeling in lack or feeling in a bit of a state of like apathy or malaise, not satisfied with work, to really being the King of Cups, back to loving what you do, back to loving who you are. The Nine of Wands, have you learned some lessons from the past or past failures at work? Yes, you have. But again, that World card to the Five of Cups to the Rainbow card, I feel like those, oh wow, World to the Death card, yeah, it's over. So I like this for you. Maybe you were working on a project that was difficult. Maybe you were just dealing with difficult people at work, whether they were your coworkers or employees or your employer themselves, or it could have been customers or clients. I just feel like things are easing up for you at work in January 2025. So I like this for you a lot. Your situation at work says many choices. You have options, even if you don't see them right now. Get creative and look around. Pull a card for each option to see what's best. So I'm just going to pull one extra card here for you. And then you have the Shield card, which is you need to defend yourself. So there will be a situation at work where you may have to defend yourself or defend a choice that you make at work. Let's get a card on this. We have renewal. You need to take time to recharge your energy to get back on track. Challenges ahead require you to have faith and break through. So again, I feel like, 2025 isn't going to be easy breezy, but I feel like even in instances where you may have to defend yourself or you may have to defend a decision you made, or something like that, something that you did, or maybe you did something a little bit differently than the company is typically used to things being done. I still feel like even with that, there's that renewal energy here of like everything is going to be okay. But I do want to know a little bit more about that situation so you could be prepared for it when it happens. So tell me more about this situation where Scorpio or Scorpio placements may have to defend themselves at work. I feel like you're doing something a little bit outside of the norm. Maybe you're, I don't want to say cutting corners, but you're not doing things as black and white as maybe you used to. And maybe it's because you learned from these past mistakes or errors, right? You could have found an easier way or a better way to do your job or how to handle a particular responsibility. You could be questioned about this. Not that you did something wrong, but why are you now doing it this way? So tell me more about this here for Scorpio and Scorpio placements. Why would they need to defend themselves? One more shuffle. And again, this is not throughout the whole month of January. This is just one instance, okay? You have the Seven of Cups in the upright. You have the Two of Pentacles in the upright. And you have the Three of Cups in the upright. Bottom of the deck, the Empress. Well, you made the decision you made because you felt that was best at that time. You all have different jobs. It's a collective general reading. I don't know what it is that you will do differently, but I know that you will be questioned about it. And it's basically like, well, Scorpio, you had all of these options, right? How to do this. And you could have deliberated this Two of Pentacles, right? You could have balanced it out, or you could have found a different way, but you chose to go with this route. So again, I don't know what this is for you. I just feel like you made a decision. You took a risk with the Fool card, Empress to the Fool. You took a risk. You decided to do something a little bit differently or a little bit out of the norm. And now you have the Five of Swords where you will be questioned on why you did something differently. So that is a challenge that you will have at least once in the month of January. Let's get you some advice on how to deal with that. It's like, you know, you had a lot of options. You could have done it anyway, but you chose this way. Excuse me. Why did you choose this way? What is the advice for Scorpio dealing with this situation? What is the advice for Scorpio? 3 cards, please. So the advice for you, again, it won't be for all of you, but for those of you where you're doing something a little bit differently and then you're being questioned after the fact, this is your advice. One more shuffle. Thank you. King of Wands in the upright, the World in the upright, and Two of Swords in the upright. It was a decision you had to make. It was a either like a leadership decision you had to make, or a split-second decision you had to make. Maybe there was a deadline. You know, for some of you, that World card is like, well, there was a deadline. I couldn't get a hold of anyone else, and I had to step into the role of decision maker as the King of Wands, and so I had to be decisive, Two of Swords, and make a decision, and I did what I thought was best. Could be something like that. This could be as simple as a shipment arriving at work and there's no one around to sign for it, and you're not sure if you should sign for it. You're not really clear to sign for it, but you also know that the company needed that shipment today by 5 o'clock. And so you're like, you know what, I'm just going to accept it. Even though I don't know how to inspect the merchandise inside the boxes, and I don't know how to do any of the quality control, but I know that I can't deny it. Right? I can't decline accepting it. This is just an example. But I can't decline accepting because I know the company needs it. So there's something like that where you did something a little bit out of the norm or a little bit different than procedure allows, but you did it for the benefit of the company. You're just going to be asked why you did it. And I feel like there's your reasoning for both of you, for most of you. There either was a time constraint, or it had to be done, or it had to be done right now. I couldn't get a hold of anyone, and so I stepped into the leadership position, and I made a decisive decision to get it done the best way I knew how to get it done. Okay, your opportunity here is the Clover, lucky break. Lucky break, a good fortune. It actually has a clover. And then the Peacock card here says, beware of great pride. So I feel like there is, and that decision might be a risky one, right? Because in terms of career, this could be like making a risky decision, but it pans out. Okay, so it ends up being like a lucky break. You did the right thing, but it was risky. And that might be that thing there, beware of great pride, right? Tell me more about the Clover card to the Peacock card here for Scorpio. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Magician, the Three of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. There's something here that you're doing differently than you're supposed to do, or different than procedure, or different than what the procedural manual says, or something like that. Do you get it right? Did you do it the best way that it could be done? Absolutely. Beware of great pride, okay? Don't be like, yeah, I knew I got it right, because you actually got a little lucky there. There was some divine intervention there with the Magician, because this could have been disastrous. It could have been a Three of Swords moment, meaning you could have actually, or I shouldn't say could have, because this is projected into January. So you could actually, like, you could have been fired for this, or you could have been rewarded for this. Three of Swords or Ace of Wands. You got lucky that it's going to be an Ace of Wands moment for you, okay? But don't let that get to your head, and don't be too prideful about it, because it really was just with this Magician kind of divine intervention here. So you're going to take a risk in January. You're going to do something a little bit out of the norm. You will be questioned about it, provided you have a good enough reason why you did it. You're in the clear, because what you did actually wasn't detrimental to the company at all. And when that occurs for you, if it does, you can thank the divine for that. So that would be you, like, using your intuition to make that split second decision. Your obstacle or challenge here is interesting. You have Fox, which is shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. And then you have Privileged Lady. This is card number 12. So the dates of like January 1st, January 2nd, January 3rd, or January 12th could be, this individual could be significant in your career. This is someone who would be shrewd. They're very resourceful when it comes to business. This could be anyone who's in management. I typically don't see the Privileged Lady card in the Kipper's deck as being like an owner of the company. Usually in that deck, I see that as like mature man, mature female when those cards come out. But Privileged Lady could be someone in upper management. But this person is a fox. So foxes are shrewd. They're also sneaky. Tell me more about this individual. This could be an obstacle or a challenge for you. Tell me more about this individual. How will Scorpio know who this individual is? One more shuffle. Thank you. How will you know who this is? Four of Swords in the upright. The Emperor. Oh, maybe it is one of the business owners or someone really high up, okay? It looks like they're penny pinching here with the Ace of Swords to the Page of Pentacles. So yeah, this is someone who's very shrewd in business. This might be someone who wants to cut expenses. Maybe they tell you your department can't spend so much, or, you know, because this is like the start of the year type of thing. So this could be anyone in your company or your place of business where they're responsible for savings, cutting cost, reducing expenses. There's some, because this could be an opportunity or an obstacle for you. It depends on how you end up dealing with her. She could be telling you your department is being, not that the department itself is being cut, but there will be cuts within your department, like maybe for supplies. Maybe she tells you your department can't get any overtime, or you're going to have to watch the overtime. There's something like this. This is someone who's very shrewd. Could be one of the owner or one of the owners. I feel like this person doesn't do much at work with the Four of Swords card in this deck. It's like they don't do a lot of the manual work. I don't want to say that they're lazy. I'm sure they're great at whatever they do behind their desk. But they're not part of the manpower of the company or the woman power. Please, I don't need any negative comments in the comment section, but you know what I mean. They're not the horse that pulls the wagon. Okay, they're the person who sits in the wagon. Okay, that's the best way that I can describe it. So yeah, this person has some new idea on how to maybe like cut cost or reduce cost. Why do you need to know about this though? How will this affect Scorpio? How will this person affect Scorpio? Because I feel like if you can compromise with this person, it's your opportunity. And if you end up arguing with this person, now it can be an obstacle or challenge, okay? So how will this affect Scorpio? How does this person affect Scorpio? One more shuffle. Thank you. How will it affect you, my dear? Four of Pentacles in the upright, the Hierophant in the upright, and the Ten of Pentacles in the upright. This could be an individual that says that either you or your department, or maybe all the employees are due for a raise, but they're holding back on it. They're delaying the raise. Could be something like that. So let's say your company at the start of every year gives a raise or gives a bonus. This would be someone who says, not that it's canceled, but it's delayed. Four of Pentacles, for whatever reason. And the Hierophant is really, I was just saying this in one of the other signs reading I did. When I look at corporate structure in terms of a career and finance read, for me, the Hierophant is like the cornerstone of the company. It's the owners, or sometimes even the shareholders. It's usually, you know, the very top hierarchy of a company. So whether she is part of that or she's just the messenger on their behalf, like their liaison to you, but there's something like this, like we were going to spend 10 of Pentacles, we're only spending 4. Or we were supposed to give raises, but we're delaying them. Not canceling, delaying. There's something like that here, okay? Yeah, Queen of Pentacles, the Chariot, I don't know, this could be a way for your company to try to save money by cutting down like on overtime or supply, something like that, because they don't want to cut the labor force, because I don't see cutting of the labor force here, thank God. So I don't see any big layoffs or anything like that for the collective. But what I do see here is either the holding back, like the delay of raises, or bonuses, or maybe even commissions are due. They might tell you first quarter commissions won't be received until March or April, something like that. It could be like a 4-month delay on something. So just be mindful of that. But there's a way here to negotiate with this person. Again, it won't be for all of you, but for those of you who encounter this individual, or you're watching the video now and you're like, I know exactly who that is in my company, like the bearer of bad news person. Yeah, there's a way for you to compromise with this person as opposed to arguing with them. Arguing won't get you anywhere. This is a decision coming from the higher ups. So there's a way to gracefully dispute and discuss it and see if you can make any headwind that way. But it really looks like it's coming from the top down. Okay, so I don't know how much you can do about it, but I do think if you disagree with it, you certainly can gracefully, right? Privileged lady, privileged man, you certainly could be graceful in voicing your opposition to it. And that was your first card here, was using your voice. So this might be an instant where you have to do that. So that's what I have for you, Scorpio, in terms of, you know, your career and finance for those of you who are employed. Now we're going to take a look for those of you who are employed, but you're looking for another job, or you're completely employed. I would still hang on to the reading because sometimes additional messages come out towards the end. I had a very personal message come out. I believe it was for Virgo. So you might want to stick around for that, Scorpio. But for those of you who are either looking for another job or you're completely out of work, let's see what we have for you. We have options. Many opportunities are becoming available to you now for employment. Take advantage of every opportunity and let curiosity awaken your mind. Okay, and then you have here broken ring, parting of the ways in either romance or business. So for some of you, I'm going to take this as you're currently employed, you put out your resumes, your applications, you do your due diligence. I do believe you have multiple options in jobs, and therefore you end up giving this place your notice that you're leaving. For others of you, if you're completely out of work, you have options. Tell me more about these employment options, please. Tell me more about these employment options for Scorpio. Wow. Okay. 10 of Wands, Knight of Swords. Tell me more. What else do they need to know about these options? One more shuffle. Thank you. And the Two of Cups. Okay. So it might be a little challenging. I'm not going to lie to you. And, you know, the 10 of Wands is you're really going to have to put in the work. So you're going to have to make it your job to find this job. But anything worth having, like a Two of Cups type of employment, that's working with people that you get along with. There's soulmate, soul bond connections there, even if they're just platonic. For some of you, if you're single, you might actually meet a soulmate there. But do you have a lot of options headed your way? Absolutely. But it won't come easy, meaning it's not the first resume you send out. It's not the first application you submit. You're going to have to do your due diligence. Send out those resumes, put out those applications, call them, email them, make sure they receive them, call them back again. You know, this is a lot of voice, again, using your voice, lots of telephone here, showing them that out of all the candidates that are out there for the job, like, you have to shine the brightest. You have to show them that you're the one who really wants the job, right? You're the go-getter. So, and then after the interview, again, you call, you ask how the interview go. Do they have any other questions for you? Would they like to schedule a second interview with you? You know, you're really going to have to take the lead. King of Wands, kind of take the lead here. And then I do feel that communication is received almost within 1 week of the interview. And again, if you're single, you could be finding your soulmate here. For others of you, you're going to love this job so much, you're going to 8 of Cup, that other one. Broken ring, 8 of Cup. Like, if you're currently employed and you're looking for a job, you're definitely leaving that job for this job, like, without a doubt. And for some of you, there's a soulmate here at this new job. Nice. Okay. Lots of options there for you. But again, you're going to have to, you know, work to get them. They won't come easy, but when they start coming in, they come flooding in. Then we have, as your situation, gestures, and you have a man here, dealings or a relationship with a man. And then you have gestures. You may be asked to help someone out, or you may need a hand. Give deserved praise to others, and you will receive recognition too. This could be if you are in a real, true financial bind. Do not be ashamed to put your hand out and get help. If you have local food pantries in your area, utilize them to stock your shelves for food, okay? You can call, if you live in the United States, in most states, I know in my state here in the Northeast, you can call your utility companies and tell them, I'm out of work, and I need help paying my electricity bill. There's a lot of various states in the United States that have programs that will help you pay down your debt. If you have a mortgage and you're falling behind because you're out of work, many mortgage companies in the United States will defer your mortgage for 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. That means no payment. And get all the information on that, because the deferment is very different terms and conditions for every company, every mortgage company, and perhaps in Canada and other parts of the world they have something similar. But again, I feel like don't be ashamed to ask for a handout or a hand up if you truly need it when it comes to paying your utilities or your mortgage payments, your medical bills, anything like that. If you're out of work and you're making the true effort to find another job, but you need help in the interim, family, friends, community, etc., church groups, religious groups, and even government organizations may be able to help you. So don't be ashamed to reach out. Tell me more about this now for Scorpio. One more shuffle. Thank you. For some of you, there's a man in your life, whether it's a boyfriend, a husband, a partner, a father, a brother, an uncle, a grandfather, that if you ask them for help, they would help you. This person would help you. We have the 5 of Swords, the Star card, yeah, and the 5 of Wands. You might be a bit conflicted on this, especially if this is like a family member that you're not in constant dealings with, or you don't have a very close relationship. Maybe you even had a falling out at some point with them. But again, I feel like if you need a wish fulfilled and you need to put food on your table, this person will offer it to you. Knight of Cups. Temperance. They will help you balance out, look at this, your financial situation. And 6 of Cups, they'll even give you money, because the Merchant here is giving, Pentacles money to someone in that 6 of Cups could be a family member for some of you. Okay, so I do feel that this person is able to financially help you. Knight of Cups, Temperance, 6 of Cups. For a lot of you, it's a family member, soulmate, soul bond, could be platonic, could be a friend. I do feel like it's a masculine energy. I've got masculine, 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 and then the man card. So for most of you, this is a masculine, okay, that you can turn to and ask for help if you need it. I mean, if you're really in dire straits, this person will help you out. You've got victory here with this person. Look at that. Page of Wands. All you have to do is inquire, and there's victory here for you. So, again, you may not have a lot of family, and maybe the little family you have, you don't talk to them often. But if you're having a real difficult time putting food on the table, I feel like this person comes through for you. And anyone watching this knows exactly, if this is your story, your message, you know exactly who it is that I'm talking about. Your opportunity, my love, I have here May and I have Rose. financial relief, being content, loving care. And then we have May. I don't know if this person's birthday is in May, or May is significant with this person who is helping you. But financial relief is here for you. Tell me more about this. I'm going to split this up. I want to know what the May is for you, and then I want to know what the financial relief is. Because this is job security. So for some of you, it's the new job. And for others of you, it's obtaining financial relief. So tell me more about this Rose card for the Scorpio collective. One more shuffle. Thank you. I have the Seven of Wands. I have the Sun. Wow. And I have the Empress. Bottom of the deck, Four of Wands, which is the 1111 portal card for me. So whether you are receiving and accepting a job offer or requesting assistance and you are receiving it, there is financial help here for you, okay? When you actually stand your ground and you do make it your job to find this job, you do get this job, okay? If you have to, again, be vulnerable with this individual and tell them that you need financial help, again, I feel like you receive it. The Sun to the Empress card. This is an individual. For some of you, this is the job, right? If this is the new job for you, this is an employer who's very caring, very nurturing. They take care of their employees. The job itself is the Sun card. That's 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. This could be a family-owned business or a female-owned business. But I feel like it's a very nurturing environment for you. For others of you, if you're receiving financial help from this person, I feel like this person really does come through for you. Again, I do feel like it's a family member. If it's a friend, it's someone you've known for a very long time. But I do feel that they're able to hold you over and help you. I want to know more about the month of May. Why is that relevant? Because you're finding the job within 1 week of really making it your job to find this job, this other job. Within 1 week, you get a job offer. So why is May here for that Rose card? Why is May here? One more shuffle. Thank you. May is clarified by the Hangman, the Eight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. Bottom of the deck, the Wheel of Fortune. Well, I feel like if you had a lot of credit card debt, or you're behind on bills, or you owe this person money, you know, like maybe you take a loan or something like that you borrowed. I feel like by May, yeah, it's financial relief. Like you're content, you are debt free, you just have your regular bills. Yeah, supportive role, job security, and your finances will be growing. So you land this job in January. It takes you 3 or 4, you know, maybe 2 or 3 months, right? February, March, maybe April to really catch up on your bills, pay down some of your credit card debt, possibly pay this person back. This person may not want it, to be quite honest. They might not want it back. But whatever it is, I feel like with that Hangman, it's going to take you a little time to get, especially if you've been out of work a long time. It takes you a little bit to get back on your feet. But Eight of Wands, Knight of Wands, you do it. Wheel of Fortune. And it's like a debt-free cycle for you. Now, it's a choice. With that Lover's card, it's going to be a choice you make on whether or not you want to allocate a portion of your new money to come in. You know, and I'll give you an example. When I was out of work for a long time, I accumulated credit card debt. That's pretty normal, right? When you start running out of your cash reserves, you may need a credit card to pay a utility bill, something like that. When I then became employed, immediately I wanted to get rid of that debt. So I continue to live like I barely had any money, right? I did that for a couple of months because I wanted all of those credit cards back down to zero. So that might be something here. Again, it'll be your choice. I'm not telling you to continue to live poor for 2-3 months, but if you've accumulated a lot of debt, you may want to budget your money. Like, don't be so extravagant with your new income. Instead, allocate a large portion of it to pay down that debt. That will save you money in the long run. And for a lot of you, by the time you get to May, I don't want to say like you're paying off your mortgage or anything like that, but your credit card debt will be significantly reduced just by putting more money towards them in that first 2 or 3 months. Again, it's not everyone's story, but someone here needed to hear that. So that would be a very good way, if you made that decision, to spin that wheel for you into less financial debt in your next cycle. Now, we have here your challenge is the Sunrise card to the Imprisonment card. This is card number 29 in this deck. Now, the Sunrise card talks about new creative ideas, new ventures, and a fresh start. But then the Imprisonment card, this card always reminds me of the Eight of Swords. Like some of you, and maybe that's what this thing here is with the Ten of Wands. So I'll get into tarot in a second, but I'm already receiving like two different messages. For some of you, if you're currently employed and you want to get a new job, yeah, you may have a lot of creative ideas on what what other companies you want to apply for. Maybe you want to start your own venture, your own business, or you just want a fresh start somewhere else, another place of employment, but your mind might be your biggest obstacle. You might feel like you're imprisoned or jailed to that job. You might not have the confidence you need. So in that respect, I want to tell you to work on your confidence, because your only obstacle to finding a new job is yourself. You're absolutely qualified looking at the cards. And I can't speak for every Scorpio in the world, but for the group of you I've tapped into, you're absolutely qualified. But you're going to have to get out of your own way, because this is a mental imprisonment that you've put yourselves in, okay? For others of you, you want to start a business, but you're afraid. You feel shackled. You could feel financially constrained. Tell me more about this Sunrise and the Imprisonment card. We had the Eight of Cups for Scorpio. One more shuffle. Okay. I have the Queen of Wands. I likey. I likey. Give me one more card here for Scorpio. One more shuffle. Oh, did I seriously just do that with the deck? I did. But I'm going to take the card that's here. Two of Wands, okay? I didn't realize that I had flipped the deck, but there are no mistakes in tarot. So if you have the idea or this feeling of, I want a fresh start, I'm not telling you to quit your job, okay? You've got stable income for those of you who are employed, but you certainly could make it your second job to find another job. There is another job out there for you. And for those of you who are single, you probably will meet your soulmate there or through there, okay? The only thing stopping you is in your head. You're going to have to walk away, Eight of Cups, from that negative thinking of, I can't, and actually be like, I am qualified. And there, Queen of Wands, Two of Wands, make it your second job and get, be inspired, right? Because to have this, possible new employment venture, you're going to have to step into the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands has a lot of exuberance. She has a lot of courage. She has a tremendous amount of confidence. I say she because there's a woman on the card, but obviously this applies if you're a masculine. But yes, see what else is out there with the Two of Wands. You're more than qualified, Scorpio. The only thing stopping you is your head telling you that you're not good enough or nothing else is out there. I feel like you're going to have to Eight of Cups, that mentality. For those of you where you're out of work, or maybe you are employed and you want to start a side gig, or you want to start your own business, there's no better energy here than the Queen or King of Wands, because they are the entrepreneurs of tarot. They're the business builders. They're the visionaries. They think outside of the box. So again, you have the capability to do this, to start this new venture, but all you have to do is walk away from that negative thinking of, I can't. So I feel like January will be a month for you, whether you're employed or not employed, of a lot of new creative ideas. You're going to have new inspiration, new ventures. You're going to want a fresh start in work, in your employment sector. The only thing stopping you is your head. If you can get out of your head, you have new job opportunities. You have people who can help you with money in the interim. And then by May, you are as close to debt-free as you probably have been in quite some time. So I really like this reading for you. I'm going to put the cards back the regular way, and then I'll pull 3 advice cards for you. I don't even know how the heck I flipped that. But let's get them going in the right direction. Oh, what did I do here? Okay. It's Mercury retrograde and I'm a Gemini. I'm suffering. Only have a couple more days of this. Okay. Let me get 3 advice cards here for Scorpio. 3 advice cards here for Scorpio. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have Judgment in the upright. 3 of Wands in the upright. An Ace of Swords in the upright. Look, my friend, I love it. An Ace of Pentacles in the upright. Fabulous. Really, really fabulous. I'm not just saying it because I'm a Scorpio moon. This is tremendous. So, you're starting off the month, and throughout the month, I feel like the times are over. Work is going to ease up on you. There is a slight issue here during the month where you're going to have to make a split-second decision. You might have to go outside of the regular procedures or processes for something. But I feel like as long as you're listening to your intuition and you're really doing the right thing, you actually are rewarded for it. In that respect, watch out for your pride, okay? Because you could be a bit prideful in doing that. But I feel like you have a smidge of luck here from the divine. So as long as you're listening to your intuition, you're going to do the right thing. There is a woman here within the company. I'm feeling like it's a feminine energy, but take it how it resonates to you. This person is either very high up in the company, or they're a liaison, or they're acting on behalf of someone from the higher up. There's been a decision here to cut back costs, either to delay commissions, to delay raises, or to like literally cut costs, like cutting office supplies, or maybe they offer company lunches and they'll announce that in 2025 they're not doing that anymore. There's something like that of trying to be shrewd, professionally shrewd, financially shrewd, and cut back on some costs. Again, I feel like there's not much you can do to change it because it's coming from like, upper echelon there within the company, but you still can voice your concern or displeasure with it in a graceful way if you choose to do it. I don't see any harm from you doing that. For those of you who are in a job and you're looking for another job, or you're completely unemployed, do you have a lot of job options coming in? Yes. Are you going to have to work hard for them? Yes. I'm not going to be a tarot reader that lies to you, but there are a plethora of options out there if you actually like really make it your job to find this job. And for those of you where you're currently employed and looking, you actually do end up finding a job that you decide to accept, and you leave the job that you're currently at. For those of you that are having real financial issues, I feel like there's a heavy masculine energy in your life. Could be a longtime friend, could be a family member. I feel like even if you have had issues or disagreements with this person in the past, or maybe you're not that well connected to them anymore, I still think that if you ask this person for help, they're there to help you. There could also be other resources in your area by contacting the utility companies or local churches or religious organizations for assistance, particularly with like furnishing yourself and your family with food, or helping you defer some like mortgage or utility costs, okay, for a couple of months. They could even put you on a payment plan. Same with your credit card companies. For those of you who accept one of the job offers that come in, I think it ends up being a great job. I think they pay you handsomely. I think the job moves very quick. I think you accept it. I think you fit right in. This could be very much like a family-owned business. So if you're coming from a corporate structure, it could feel a little different for you. But I feel like the bosses here, they're very nurturing. I do see here that if you're careful with your money, you could be relatively debt-free or pay down a significant amount of your debt by May. And for those of you where you want to leave the old job for the new job, or maybe even want to start your own business or start a side gig for extra money, I really think the only thing in your way is yourself. It's just negative thoughts. And in that respect, I think if you can walk away from the negative thoughts, you absolutely can birth the opportunity for a new job, or birth the opportunity to launch your own business. And then, I mean, in terms of advice, you've got the Judgment card, the Three of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles. It's literally the ability to have a fresh start. For some of you at your current job, it really is like a fresh start. In January, you go in, the difficult times are over, it's a new year. I just feel like whatever hardships or struggles you had in the past at the job really have gone away by the time you get into January. So I feel like you're starting off the new year on the good foot. And for those of you looking for a job, I mean, like seriously looking, Three of Wands, yeah, we now have at least 3 job offers on the table, potentially, well, 4, right? If I count this Knight of Wands, the Knight to the Aces, to the other Knights, at least 4 jobs. So you kind of do have your pick of the litter here. But again, all you have to do is get out of your own way. And for those of you thinking of launching your own business, this would be a fantastic month to do it. I just encourage you to like dot your I's, cross your T's, protect yourselves. Make the judgment call, right, to do it the right way. Find out, Three of Wands, exactly what you have to do to establish this business, and you know, be very authentic. Ace of Swords, very truthful and honest in your openings. If you have to like register with the local government, this business, or become an LLC or incorporate or anything, I would just do it all on the up and up. And yeah, it's a little pot of gold there waiting for you at the end of the rainbow. So I really like this reading for you, Scorpio. That's what I have for you for career and finance for January 2025. If you liked any of these messages, or you want to claim all or part of them, or you just found them to be helpful, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, Moon babies, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace.